Hey guys, as you can see from our chart, we're going to continue learning about nouns in this video. Now it's been a while since we've learned a new type of noun, that is a new declension. But we're going to learn one today. You're familiar with the first declension nouns and then our second declension masculine and second declension neuter nouns. Well, today we're going to be learning third declension nouns. Now third declension nouns are a little different than our first and second declension nouns. One of the biggest differences is that they do not have a nominative singular form. That's because all of the nominative singular forms of our third declension nouns are irregular. If you'll recall, some of our second declension masculine nouns ended in an R in the nominative singular instead of a US. We simply had to memorize that that was the nominative singular form for words like puer, magister, and weir. Well, now we'll have to do that with every third declension noun. Every third declension noun is an irregular form in the nominative singular ending. And so I like to put a dash or a blank there. And when we actually go to chant this, we will chant this line here by saying the word blank. That helps us to remember it's just a place marker. We have to memorize that form every time. That means when you get a new third declension noun in your vocabulary list, like for instance the word for father, you will absolutely have to memorize both the nominative singular form, which is the first form given to you, and the genitive singular form. The nominative singular form is irregular. The genitive singular form tells you what the stem of the noun is. The stem is the form of the noun, or the part of the noun that you attach all of your endings to. So we find the stem in exactly the same way as we find any noun stem. Chop off the genitive ending, and that leaves you, of course, with your stem. Now, I've already shown you what the genitive singular ending is by chopping it off. It's is. We don't say is because the S never makes a Z sound in Latin when we say is. And so our Latin endings are blank, is, e, m, e. Remember, we're pronouncing the letters, not saying the name. So this is E, not I. This is E, not E. Blank, is, e, m, e. And in the plurals we have ace, ibis, ace, ibis. There you go. These are your third declension endings. Now these endings are used for both masculine and feminine third declension nouns. There's no difference in the endings that you put on them. The only way to know the gender of a third declension noun is to memorize it. Or occasionally, like the word pater refers to a male, so it has to be masculine. But generally speaking, we'll simply memorize the genders of all of our third declension nouns. We know their gender more broadly and more generally because we see what genders of adjectives are attached to them. So if you see a third declension noun followed by a neuter adjective, you know that's a neuter noun. Followed by a feminine adjective, you know it's a feminine noun because the adjectives have to agree with their noun in gender. Number and case as well, but in gender. So when we chant this chant, it's going to be blank is e m e ace ibis ace ibis. So listen again. Blank is e m e ace ibis ace ibis. You will occasionally see in some Latin textbooks an X written right here to symbolize the irregular form. I find that confusing because students tend to think that the ending is X. So we're going to leave it this way, and we're going to actually say blank as our placeholder. These are your third declension, masculine and feminine endings. I hope this video has been helpful. I'll see you next time.